So, I mean, my name Rob, so I grew up in Gary, Indiana. I mean, if y'all heard of the place, y'all know it's not like a nice place like that. But I mean, that's where I grew up from, so I respect it. I got one little brother. I have a big brother and a big sister, but my big brother and my big sister, we don't have the same dad, so they my stepbrother and stepsister. But me and my little brother always been, like, he 3 years apart from me. We always been together no matter what. So yeah, that's how that is. And then I just been hooping, like, I've been hooping ever since I was young. Like, if you would have seen me when I was younger, man, you wouldn't even think I would make it to where I'm at. I was always that kid, like, hooping. And like, I had my glasses fall on the ground, I'm picking it up. And it's just, for me, it's just, I just kept going. Like, I ain't stopping, so as long as I keep doing it, I'm gonna keep doing it. Cause I started when I was like 7. So what's the point of quitting now, you feel me? I'd probably say like my parents actually, like, they made sure, like, my dad, cause my dad was a hooper, so I guess he wanted to live it through me since he didn't make it as far. But I mean, I love basketball anyway, so I'm gonna keep doing it. But just not the streets, it's just like, I was always a good kid, so it wasn't no point in me being in the streets. Like, I mean, I guess it seemed cool to everybody, but that's not for me. So for me to like stay away from that, I just kept hooping and just stay out the way and hang with the right people. Because if you hanging with the wrong people, you're gonna fall in. Who you hang with is like basically who you gonna be. So if you hanging around games, you're gonna be trying to do that, having guns, dealing drugs and stuff. If you hanging around with hoopers, you're gonna be in the gym. You hang around with business people, you're gonna wanna like learn how to take care of your own business or whatever. So. Elementary, I went to Marquette. My elementary year. I wasn't that good in basketball, but it don't matter. And then my middle school year, I went to Charter to the Dunes. And like, that was a bad route because they wasn't even like a IHSAA team, so we didn't even have sectionals or anything. It was just basketball, like, it was no point. And then high school, I went to like 3 different high schools. My freshman year, I played at KIP. My sophomore year, I played at Charter the Dunes. And my junior year, I went to Thea Bowman. And then my senior year, I came to Michigan City. So for me, like right there, transitioning through all them schools, I wasn't highly recruited because I was moving too much. Like when college coaches talk to me, they like, the first thing they ask is like, why you move so much? So, and that point was because like, if I wasn't getting enough tick in the game or something, like my dad, he'd feel the need to like put me in a different school. So I ain't never had a chance to like build relationships with my friends like that. So it was always 1 year and I'm gone. So when I came to Michigan City, my senior year is my last year, so I just had to just keep working. I mean, because I knew where I came from and I was transitioning so much. So, I mean, if you're a student athlete, you know how hard it is to deal with classes and in your sport. But for me, it's just like my parents always pushed me to like do good in school, so I just push myself in school because I know I need my degree, I need everything. Like, what's the point of going to school and not getting it? So for me, it was just the end route. I was just focusing on the end route. I got my associates, I got my bachelor's. My master's, I would come back in a couple years, but we'll see how that go. But just being an athlete with basketball and just classes, you just gotta grind. And it's all mental, to be honest. If you telling yourself you could do it, you could do it. Well, growing up in Gary, like, I ain't really never had nothing like that. So, like, growing up, I want to see how it feel to have something. That's why I keep grinding, because I just want to see how it feel to have something. I ain't never had it. But just living on my own with my brother, I mean, it wasn't nothing, to be honest. It's just like, I got to just grow up. So I had to take care of my little brother, make sure we good getting to school, make sure we not falling off track, make sure our class is right. For me, it was just like, bro, like, when I focus on something, I get it done. Like, if I got my mind on something else, I won't focus on what like the main goal is. So I always focus on the main goal, no matter like what obstacles I go through, anything. And like for me, like through basketball, like people probably want to give up. They'd probably give up if they was like in my position, cause like I went through a lot. Like it it was times I sit on the bench, I won't be playing or this and that. Like some people would have quit, but me, I just kept grinding. And I admitted, like when I was younger, I wasn't in the gym like that. I wasn't motivated. I'm on the bench, I'm like, bro, I don't know what. I'm like, bro, I wanna play, I wanna do this. But as I'm growing up and I'm seeing like people working now, this, that, I'm like, bro, the secret is in the work. So I just kept working. I'm here right now and I'm still going. So like through high school, since I was moving a lot, I wasn't highly recruited, so I had to take the junior college route. And that's when I went to Shawnee Community College, my freshman and sophomore year. So my freshman year, I had like, I had the opportunity to go UIC, but my main focus, I was thinking about going high major. So like high major school, that's why I stayed another year. So I stayed another year. I still had UIC, I had like SIU, and then like, when I seen that UIC was still interested in me, I picked a school that was like, that's been there for me, you feel me? Like to show me like a lot of love. But then right after I signed, I got a call from Nebraska and they was talking about like they want me. So I mean, I'm signed with UIC. Ain't no point of me going to a high major and just like sitting the bench or like, cause you know it's just like, they go off ranks and all that. So for me, it was just going to UIC, a mid-major level, and performing how I do. So. My favorite moment is just the grinding we did to get where I'm at. So like just all the work that we did, and I'm finally see it coming to like its result. Like I see the results coming in it. And as far as like my injuries, like I know you know a dude named Emmanuel Hansel, the dude with one arm. Yeah. So like when I'm watching him, it just motivates me. Like he doing all that stuff with one arm. Like me hurting my shoulder, I still got my arm, so I should still be going. So him, like shout out to him. He really motivated me like extra like to grind no matter what. Like I don't care what I hurt, like I'm gonna keep going because he doing that. So.
Favorite time you can remember in college?
My favorite time?
Yeah, anything.
That's part. My favorite time. Probably just I ain't trying to sound like no partier, but going to the club. I say hang around the people that you like. Hang around people that do what you want to do. So like you could pick up, like if you want to be like, if it's millionaires around and you hanging around them, you seeing what they doing, and that can reflect off you. You can start doing what they do. Look in the mirror and like tell yourself, is you really working? Like is you in the gym every day? Like if you ain't, luckily I was blessed to be 6'8", so it gave me a little advantage, but that don't mean I'm not in the gym. So like just make sure you in the gym. Like if you're not in the gym, you can't be getting mad at yourself if you're not producing. You're supposed to be in the gym once, twice a day. Like if you taking off days and stuff, like that's what you get on the court. So, I mean, just know that like your little brother looking up to you, so what you do, that's what he want to do. So like when I'm going to work out, I make sure my brother come with me so he can see how I work out and how he needs to work out to get to my level. So it's just basically guiding them in the right direction and making sure they don't fall off track. And make sure you just always talking. Like you never know how somebody mental going no matter what, if y'all close or what. So just make sure y'all close and tight. Coming from high school, so I wasn't that good, and I'm like, I was getting better through the years. And when I went to junior college, like I'm just seeing, on my social media, I'm seeing all of these people just hooping and like everybody just bigger, stronger. So I'm like, bro, I gotta get big. Like I'm not finna be no little kid. I ain't trying to get little boy to none. So it's just the fact that seeing other people, it made me just wanna like grow. Just like if I'm going to the next level, I'm going overseas. If I see somebody bigger than me or working extra harder than me, it's gonna make me wanna do like that. It's gonna make me wanna get big and just keep working. and so I can match their level and intensity, because you don't want to get left behind. Like when if I'm sitting at the crib and I take a day off and I see somebody working, I'm like, bro, I can't take this day off. I gotta go work. I mean, I'm on the come up, so I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't highly recruited, so I'm still trying to get my name out there. So BCR, listen out to that, Big Time Rob. So yeah, that's all, really.